Okay, so let's catch up on all the latest raw news. Something a bit different. We've got Prince Charles and Camilla visiting Cuba. We got Prince William, who's going to visit Christchurch in New Zealand. And also got all the latest news, including Daphne Dunn, who was just turned 99. Daphne Dunn, you'll remember from the royal visit in Australia, who captured Meghan and Harry's hearts. She was a war widow. Her husband served in World War II and actually received a Victoria Cross, I believe. So let's get into it. Let's have a look.
OK, it's been another week of firsts for the royal family, with the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall making a historic visit to Cuba. Charles and Camilla became the first members of the family to visit the post-revolutionary country, and they were warmly welcomed. Also there was Sunrise royal editor Rob Johnson, always warmly welcome to our program. Jobbo, good morning. Prince Charles to Cuba, it was a big deal. Did it feel historic?
It did actually, Basil. I was on the state plane with Charles and Camilla, and when we landed, there was a sense of excitement because this was the first, really was the first visit for a member of the royal family, and it was the first visit by any senior figure actually from Britain. So yeah, it was a big moment. I think what was important really was to see they pulled out all the stops at Cuba, but behind the sort of glossy facade of all these wonderful scenes that you saw with the MGTD car.
Yeah, they've really get into the cars in Cuba. It's one of the places I'd love to go visit. There's the old 1950s and 60s old American cars that they sort of restore and use as like tourist attractions, and the brightly coloured buildings and so forth. It's really a place I want to go visit myself. So there's the old MGTD right there. They were driving in.
They were driving, and all the dancing, which was quite special when they met Carlos Acosta, etc. It was incredible. The actual behind there, all the facade of the old Spanish buildings was pretty broken up, pretty derelict and in a bad state. But you can see that in 20, 30 years, this country is going to be a boom country. And I suppose Britain are trying their best post-Brexit to get in there and do as much business as they possibly can.
Yeah, another thing about Cuba, if you've ever watched the movie Sicko, it's a Michael Moore movie, and it talks about how costly the American health system is, and you actually get free healthcare in Cuba, and people who are really sick are actually going over to Cuba and getting operations done for free, and it's pretty crazy, but. Yeah, if I ever got sick, I think I'd go over to Cuba, and apparently the level of doctors there is just like phenomenal. And yeah, just a little side note I thought you might be interested in.
Art operators, yeah, that's right, that's clever. Buckingham Palace has confirmed Prince William will travel to New Zealand in the next few weeks to meet with survivors of the Christchurch attack. In many ways, this is amongst the great work that the royals do. Their presence clearly makes a difference. Have we got, Jobbo, as yet, any details of that itinerary, and any chance it might include a visit to Australia while they're down in this part of the world?
Well, I rang the guys at the palace that are organising this visit, and there's no further details that have been publicly released yet. I understand this is going to be a quick in and out visit, mainly I think because it's going to be the focus is on Christchurch, and haven't they suffered there over the recent years with the earthquakes and now this absolutely appalling and unspeakable crime. But he will be going, I think, directly there on behalf of the Queen. Dates have not been released yet. I don't think he will be stopping off in Australia, but that, again, nothing has been confirmed on that yet either. So at the moment, I think the itinerary is still being worked out. It's at the time of the month when Prince Harry and Meghan, I believe, are due their first child. So I'm sure, as his elder brother, he'll want to be back, like any family member, to sort of see his his first nephew or niece, and so I understand it's going to be a straight in and out.
Fair
but there's
enough.
nothing that's been confirmed yet.
Well, it's important work that he'll be doing over there, absolutely. Jobbo, just before you go, there were some lovely scenes here this week when Harry's biggest fan, Daphne Dunn, turned 99, and she was absolutely delighted to receive a letter from the Duke and Duchess, which you might have had just a little hand in, Jobbo. Well done, you hero.
Well, I mean, the most important thing is that the Duke got to hear about Daphne being in a hospital, which she's in the Adventist Hospital in Sydney, and you know, to all intents and purposes, she's doing as well as she can. She's 99, putting up a good fight there, you know, and she was surrounded by brilliant staff at that Christian hospital, and they're doing, you know, great work for her, and she's been getting lots of letters. But I think she got some flowers from us, but it was slightly improved upon by the fact that she got a letter from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and that made her day. And you know, if we could do a little bit to help that make her day, then this is the winner, of course, of a great man, Lieutenant Albert Chan, who won the VC for Australia. So fantastic that she had a great day for her
Yes,
birthday.
indeed. A lovely, lovely touch. You're not just a hero, you're a modest hero as well. Good on you, Jobbo. We'll speak soon. Here's Ange.
Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that was a nice little segment, that, because yeah, the whole focus has been on the royal baby, and I think everyone sort of gets a bit of an overload of that, myself included. So it's nice to have the extra coverage on Prince Charles and Camilla in Cuba, and we've got Prince William visiting the Christchurch victims there of the mosque shooting, and also Daphne Dunn, which is always a crowd favourite. Yeah, she had, as I said, she's had a lot of coverage in Australia. I probably didn't put all of it up. There was a lot. I used to interview her in the morning. She used to be outside where Meghan and Harry were about to, you know, take off every morning for their royal duties, and yeah, it was quite interesting. So okay, so that gets us up to date, just about. I think I've got another video to do tonight, and I think we'll be all up to date with all the latest royal news then. So see you soon. Bye.